Hey everybody, it's Jasmine. Now today is going to be one of my highly requested videos, my May hits and misses. I know you guys miss these so freaking much. Now I know I haven't done this type of video in like almost 2 years, so there have been a lot of favorites and there have been a lot of misses, but to keep things quite easy for me, I decided to include some hits from the month of April and May, just to, you know, not make this video like 3 hours long. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our first hit. You guys know I am Touch in So No Pore Blem Primer till the day I die. Now this is actually their new primer. This is their Hybrid No Pore Blem Primer. Now this is so special to me because it is claimed to be extra pore covering, and although I don't have a lot of pores in general, this is actually one of those products that I use because it is great at extending the longevity of your makeup, and it makes your makeup application look so seamless and so smooth. I did use it on my face today, and I don't know, I just feel like my face never looks this smooth without it. And I just really like the fact that if I have a really long day, I will actually go in with the hybrid primer. If it's just my day-to-day where I'm just running errands, just, you know, going out really quick, then I'll use the original. But for longer days and days where I just need that hold and I need my skin to look absolutely top-notch, this is the one to go for. There has only been one foundation that I've been using for probably the whole start of the year, and that's because this is one of the only foundations that actually match me, and it is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Foundation. I have the shade Light 70W, and this foundation, again, I'm wearing it today, this foundation is so seamless, so smooth, it's so affordable. I have had so many people ask me what my foundation is on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I just want to get this tattooed on my forehead because I'm so sick and tired of people asking me. If you're wondering what foundation I'm using, it's most likely this. All jokes aside, I think that this foundation is very reminiscent of a baby between Urban Decay Stay Naked and Haus Labs. I just feel like this is like the perfect watery foundation. It builds up beautifully. It starts with a medium coverage and you could build up from there. One pump is enough to fill your whole face and some. And I just find that, you know, this for being around $12, that's a freaking steal. I have been on the hunt for a new concealer, and this concealer has definitely been a new holy grail. I have used this since it launched. This is the Urban Decay Quickie. I have the shade 40NN. It is also the concealer that I'm wearing today. I just find that this is very reminiscent of Tarte Shape Tape, aside from the fact that this is a little bit more hydrating. I do have the Shape Tape Creamy, however this is creamier than the creamy version of the Shape Tape. This also lasts a super long time under my eyes. I just find that it blends out like a dream. It doesn't dry down super fast, so you are able to like let it sit and then blend it out later. It's just overall really amazing. The brush that does come on top though is not necessarily my favorite because I am not a brush person when it comes to my base routine. I love my sponges because I feel like it gives me the most seamless blend, and I feel like I have more control with a sponge than a brush. The brush, however, does give you maximum coverage. If I am going to use this, it would only be to kind of blend out like the concealer or primer that's on my eyelid. Aside from that, I don't really reach for this because it's very dense. I have to say, in general, Urban Decay really kills it with complexion. I have a lot of Urban Decay products in my makeup kit for my clients because it's that good, it's reliable, and I just know that it's more universal for a lot of my clients. So I really like this, and I think a lot of other people will as well. If you forgot, I am a normal skin type. The only area on my face that is semi-oily would be right in between my eyebrows, as well as just right here, but it's really not crazy. So if you have like oily skin or dry skin or normal skin, I feel like you'd really enjoy this concealer. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. When I first tried this bronzer, I hated it. And then I learned how to make it work, and now I actually really like it. This is by Milani. This is their baked bronzer in the shade Dolce. And at first when I tried this, I used it with my normal bronzer brush. I'll show you really quick. So this is the bronzer brush that I have used years and years and years. You guys have seen this in many tutorials. This is the Elysium Yori brush. It is beautiful, it is slanted, it is dense, it packs, it blends, it literally does everything. But with the Milani bronzer, it gave me no pigment. None at all. So I had the Milani bronzer thinking, okay, well maybe I'll just keep it in case I get really light. And I'm glad that I kept it because I decided to try it with a different brush. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This is super old, so the brush is definitely like all fanned out, but because that this is a smaller brush and because it's a little bit more domed, I feel like it really presses in the pigment into the bristles and the color deposits on my face beautifully. I do have it on my face right now. You could definitely see it more on my forehead. It is very close to my natural skin color. However, it just gives me enough color for like my day-to-day makeup routine, such as today where I'm not like doing too much. However, if I am doing a look that is a little bit more vibrant or a little bit more glam, then this is definitely not the bronzer that I'm gonna go with. This is only for my day-to-day routine. I don't know if you guys remember in 2018 where I was like ride or die Catrice Sun Lover bronzer. I have gone through, I think, 2 whole bronzers. This one's my 3rd one. Crazy, okay? But this only comes in 1 shade, all right? And sometimes depending on the swirl that you get, because it is a baked bronzer, depending on the swirl, sometimes it could be too light or too dark. Sometimes it's too ashy, and you just never really know with this bronzer what you're really gonna get. However, the Milani bronzers have a little bit more of a shade range, not a huge shade range, but just a little bit more. And I just appreciate that because it is, again, a baked bronzer. And so it still gives me that really beautiful, like buildable effect without being too much. And it also gives you just a really soft glow as well. Man, oh man, I have loved this one singular eyeshadow for months and months and months. This is not just an April and May thing. This is like long term, and I know it's expensive, I know, but listen, I got it in a BoxyCharm, so in my head it was only like $5. Okay, and it is by Pat McGrath. I know, but this is the Eyedols eyeshadow in the shade Rose Venus, specifically Rose Venus. This is one of those colors that I have always gravitated towards ever since I started my channel. Like, this maroony shade has always been top tier for me. I just think it works so well with my skin tone, but more than that, I think that the formula of this is like no other. Now I'm gonna dig into some tea real quick, and I'm gonna be dragging some people through the mud, but you know what? I don't even think they're gonna be watching this video. Now, if you guys remember, a couple years ago, I did a collaboration with a small business, and I created 3 different eyeshadows. Now, one of those eyeshadows was a maroon shade, and I love the formula of that. However, we had a personal falling out with a lot of complications with me not being reimbursed because of the collaboration and things of that nature. So all in all, I just stopped using my own collaboration eyeshadows, even though I really enjoyed it, even though I really enjoyed the collaboration. And it has been really hard for me to find an eyeshadow that I really liked that was relatively in the same color family and that was a really amazing formula, if not better. And when this came into my life, baby, oh my God, I have not been able to put it down. This is so amazing. I have it on my eyes right now, and it's the only shade that's on my eyes. Like, I patted it on and then I blended it out. I did actually do one more shade. I added like a clear glitter on top, just like in the eyelid area, just to give me a little bit more something. But aside from that, yes, this is like the only eyeshadow that's like all over my eyes. It just looks so stunning, and I feel like because there is a slight shimmer to it, it looks great in all angles. I look good. I look stunning. Mascara, man. Mascara has been the death of me this past year because I have tried so many mascaras and none of them have been able to really wow me. A lot of them have just been, okay, like I could live without it. Like, once I'm done, she's going in the bin. Like, I'm not gonna repurchase her. I'm not gonna touch her again. Now, I did get this scent in PR. This is by Tower 28. It is their Make Waves mascara. I did not really know what I was getting myself into. However, one of my online friends, Ivory, she's on TikTok, she has been raving about this mascara. She's like, oh my God, it's so good. And I was like, oh, I have that. Let me actually try it. The first day that I used it, I was thinking to myself, oh, like this is actually pretty good. And then at the end of the day, I looked in the mirror and there was no flaking, no smudging. My lashes were still sky high. And I thought to myself, oh, this is actually really good. So I kept trying out this mascara and it's still so damn good. It is still so freaking amazing since the first day I picked it up. I am wearing it today on my lashes, and as you see, it adds like the perfect amount of length, volume. My lashes are so long, you can actually see them, and this is actually a tubing mascara, so it's also really easy to take off at the end of the day. It is one of those mascaras that I just never anticipated to be that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it is really good. And I would absolutely repurchase this time and time and time and time again, because this is the mascara that I've been searching for. Okay, y'all. I have 3 lip products I need to talk about. They're all slightly different, but all slightly the same in their own very special way. Now, I have been really into like the lip look that I have right now, where it's like just a little bit darker than my actual lip color, but it has a beautiful shine that is not sticky. I need a shine that is not like gloss, period. I need a shine that just looks good throughout the day, is moisturizing, stays on the lips for a really long time. So I have 3 that give me that effect. I'm gonna talk about the one that I'm wearing today, which is by YSL. I know, who have I become? Bougie. I don't even know. But okay, hear me out. This is like a really cute story. Now, I made a video about one of the YSL lip balms here. Sorry, it's not a lip balm. It's actually considered their Candy Glaze, and it's considered like a lip gloss stick. Now, I was reviewing the clear version of this. I have the colored version on my lips, and I reviewed it on TikTok, and I was just saying how I really love the formula. And then YSL reached out to me. They sent me the entire collection of their Candy Glaze. Oh my God, I'm gonna get emotional, but my eyes are watering. I can't even talk. But they said, we saw your love for our Candy Glaze lip gloss stick on TikTok and had to send over the collection. We hope you love the wet glossy shine and 12-hour moisture. XX, the YSL beauty team. I have never had that happen to me, ever. I have never had a brand see a review for one of their products and was like, we want to send you everything. That is so crazy to me, but I genuinely really love it, and I love the fact that it is moisturizing. And so the color that I'm wearing today is the shade 04 Nude. This shade is so pretty. It is just a little bit darker than my natural lips, and it gives me that beautiful shine, and yes, that moisture stays all freaking day. And I feel like with the colored version, it leaves almost like a stain on the lips, not quite a full-on stain, but just like a little bit of color left behind. And I really love it. I really do. And I hope that if you want to splurge on yourself, that you try this out. I know it's a little bit pricey, but I think it is definitely worth the splurge. And I do have the Dior lip balm as well. Comparing the two, this is more hydrating than the Dior one, so if you have drier lips, you will like this a little bit more. I still can't get over this. I can't, because I've been on like social media for so long, you know, and it's really rare that I have brands who actually care, you know what I mean, and who actually like do stuff for me. And I don't know, it's really amazing, and it makes me feel like my almost 10-year journey has paid off, and it feels really good. Moving on to the next lip product. If you cannot come to terms with splurging on a YSL lip product, I get it, it's expensive. This is the little sister to that. This is the Tarte Maracujá Juicy Lip. I have the shade Rose. Rose is a color that's just matching my natural lip. It's very pretty because it's one of those lip products where I just apply and I don't even have to worry about it if it matches my look or not. I just know it matches my natural lip and I'm just good to go. Now, these products, I will have to say, are very soft. These are very, very soft. The Maracujá lip is even softer than YSL. So if you bring up the lip product too much past this point, then you will have a lot of messiness that you may need to clean up. So it's not the prettiest in application. It is quite messy if you're not careful. However, the end result, still moisturizing. You still get that beautiful shine on the lips, and the formula is just so comfortable. Like, I love, you know, going throughout the day and having my lips feel like I'm just wearing a lip mask. Like it's just so, you know what I mean? I really love this, and I have another one on backup. It's very rare for me to have lip products on backup because, you know, it's hard for me to finish, but I know she's gonna go soon. My last product is from Kaja. These are called their Jelly Charm lipsticks. Now these double as lipstick and blush, but these are actually a glossy stain. I have all the colors in my collection. I love all the colors except for the very dark one. Okay, but that's just because I don't really wear a lot of berry tones on my lips. These are so freaking good, especially on days where I need my lipstick to last on my lips. I will go for this. I just love the fact, again, it's hydrating, it's a jelly formula, and it's buildable. So if I need like that popsicle lipstick look, I'll just add a little bit more, and that's just what I like about these. Like all these products here, they're all buildable. And that's just my vibe lately. Now it is really tiny, so it's really compact. It did come with like a charm so that you could put it on your keychain, but honestly I don't really care for that because I know I'm gonna be walking somewhere and it's gonna fall off and I'm gonna feel devastated and I'm gonna feel like my life is over. So I'd rather just put it in my bag. But this product is so freaking amazing. I love it. I think it's one of Kaja's best products for sure. I have a lot of Kaja makeup and this is definitely top 3. Absolutely. I just cannot describe to you how good these are. This is the shade Peach Fizz and this one is the Guava shade. The other shades are just to follow suit with my favorites, but I cannot describe this formula to you in a way that makes sense. So I know that I told you guys that these are stains, but they're juicy stains. So they leave color behind similar to the YSL. However, it's not like an actual stain where the moisture leaves and then you're left with like full-on pigment. Like the pigment kind of goes away too. So you're left with some sort of color, but it's not like when you go to reapply, your lipstick is even brighter than how you had it before. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I mean? Because there are some lip stains that leave behind full-on pigment. So when you go in with that second layer to add in the moisture that was from the product, your lipstick also gets darker. That's not the case with these. So I hope that made sense. But yeah, that's the reason why I like these. It's because they build up beautifully, but they're not crazy. We are now going to transition into my misses. I'm very passionate about my feelings for these products, so just hear me out, okay? I've always been honest with my reviews and it's never gonna change. Now the first product that I wanna talk about is by Skinfix. This is a moisturizer. This is their Skin Barrier Restoring Gel Cream. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I've never tried Skinfix. So as you can imagine, I walked into this going like, yes, baby, I get to try my first Skinfix product. I used it for the first time and I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like this is really moisturizing. Like this is really amazing. But I had put it on my face after I did my whole shower routine, so I was smelling good. Keep that in mind. I was smelling good already, so I didn't realize that this product smelled like wide open ass. The next day that I used this, I told my boyfriend, babe, like let's use this moisturizer together. He goes, oh my God, this smells really bad. And I go, what are you talking about? I used it yesterday. It didn't smell bad at all. He goes, no, babe, smell my face. And I smelled his face. It smelled like rancid ass. Rancid. So I put it in my hands and I'm smelling it myself and I'm like, oh, wide open. Wide open. It's like somebody who squeezed their butt cheeks in the shower, didn't let any sort of soap or water even trickle through, bend over, and just all of that smell in the air. In the air. Although the product itself was really nice and moisturizing, the smell was too rancid for me. I just can't. I can't. And I don't know if it's just the fact that Skinfix is kind of like First Aid Beauty where like they don't add fragrance to their products. But you know how like some First Aid Beauty products, and I've talked about it before, some are so unscented it just smells like ass. Can't get by it. I cannot. You know what? At that point I need fragrance. At that point, you know what? Give me all the chemicals. because that's unacceptable. My last and final product, I do feel guilty because I was gifted this from a friend, but I've tried to make it work and it hasn't worked. And I'm gonna show you how much I have used. I've used half of this whole entire product, okay? I've given it a very fair shot. Now this is actually by Goop Beauty. This is their Gtox Himalayan Salt Scalp Scrub Shampoo. Now I'm gonna read you what it says to do. It says, use of the shampoo, make sure your hair is thoroughly wet, apply directly to your scalp, gently massage and lather, then rinse. Use every second or third shampoo or as needed. Now this is going to help you with cleansing the scalp of buildup, dirt and oil, and it's supposed to leave your hair and scalp feeling clean and refreshed. Now, if you know anything about me and if you've been here for any length of time, you guys know how I've talked about how I have a dry and itchy scalp. Since then, I have learned to take care of my scalp. So my scalp isn't as dry or itchy, but I will still have my flare-ups. My camera died, but in the event that I do get flare-ups, I will reach for a scalp scrub. I always have and I always will. But this scalp scrub, I don't know if it's the ingredients that my scalp just does not like, but it left my hair feeling very, very greasy. And I know it's supposed to help remove the greasiness, but as I told you guys before, my scalp is typically dry. So for my scalp to be greasy and oily, that's not normal for me. And it's a greasy where it makes my scalp itch more, and it feels like it almost like clogs up like the follicles on my head because I'm just like constantly itching, constantly scratching. And I noticed that the smell that my scalp had after like 2 days, so now I wash my hair once every like 2 to 3 days because I just noticed like that's like the best for my hair now. I just don't know, because after 1 day, after 12 hours, my scalp will feel itchier than how it was before I did the scalp scrub. And then it makes me want to use it more and more and more, but then my hair would get greasier and more heavy, and I would just be like, I don't know what's up. And so once I stopped using this for a couple of weeks, I noticed that my hair was thriving without it. I will list you guys some of the ingredients that are on it. So it is made with Himalayan pink salt, moringa, and rosehip oil. Now, I will say this. On like my actual like face and skin, rosehip oil has never been one of my favorites because I always felt it was really heavy. But I kind of thought, oh, you know, since it's for my scalp and since it's really dry and parched, because my whole face and body isn't dry and parched, I thought, okay, well, maybe I just need that extra moisture from rosehip oil. I just don't think my body likes rosehip oil. And I've talked about before, I think rose smell like butt. I think it does. And I think, you know, me and roses, we got some beef going on, okay? We got some beef, and I don't think I can go past it, you know what I mean? I think that I'm forever gonna have this little side eye to anything rose, but I do have to say that the smell is really amazing. I really do enjoy the lather, and I really did enjoy how thick the salt particles were because it really did help the exfoliation. Like, I did feel relief, but unfortunately this was just one of those products that I don't think will mesh well with my hair type, in terms of it being like really dry, and in terms of my scalp being really dry. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it because I do feel bad. It was a gift, but I did give it a fair shot. I did. So I'm gonna give me that. All right, you guys, we are completed with my May hits and misses. I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I know I talked super long and in depth, but I feel like I owe it to you guys to just give you a longer hits and miss video because it's been a while. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for an empties video that is coming soon. Once this spring season comes to a close, I will bring you guys a lot of empties. Now, I do want to say, I did move with my boyfriend back in January, so a lot of the empties that I did accumulate when I was living with my sister, I threw them out because I didn't want to bring trash with me to a new place. So a lot of the empties are going to be from the time I moved in with my boyfriend to now. And so I hope you guys really are looking forward to that. And if you guys want to see any other videos from me, please let me know. I am more than happy to put that on my list. And until then, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.